Hello and welcome back to Kinlaig. Well, we're filling up with onions just now to replace what we've already used in the processing plant. We've also taken several loads, I think it's about 5 or 6 loads now, down to the vegetable production plant. There's still more to go down, but we kind of stopped that for a little bit. It was taking ages to do really, and I think there's more than enough there to keep it going for quite a while. Maybe the next couple of months, I think. Right, we'll put that in there. We'll just check up here. Right, that's got plenty of onions now. Vegetable processing's got 144,000 litres of potatoes, and we've still got 120,000 litres left. We've also still got 120,000 litres of onions. Firewood processor's almost finished with the wood we put in. Both aquacultures are good. That needs fish food, and the sawmill is going to be stopped whenever this reaches zero. We'll just keep producing wood beams to sell. We can't buy fish food because we're minus £5,239. We'll just jump out of that JCB just now. The main reason is we can't buy fish food until we get money. Obviously the salmon's still quite a bit away. Packed onions is December, so that's not far away. February apparently for firewood, but we're going to sell some today because it's £1,316 per 1,000 litres, well above £1,238 per 1,000 litres. There is a great demand on, so we're going to get rid of all the firewood we've got just now. That should bring up the money a bit enough for us to get fish food to last until next month with the hire purchase contracts. The other one we were going to sell, where are we, potato soup. It says March is the best time, but there's still, it varies by like £100 per 1,000 litres between best price and lowest price with potato soup. So we're going to sell what we've got today as well. Young salmon I don't think we're going to sell yet, although the production it's getting up there again, so we're probably going to have to sell some of it. Angus cows only 2 months away from selling these, at 36 months old. They will need a bit of TMR today, another couple bales of straw. We did keep them topped up. I think there's still some left in the mixer actually. These guys still don't need water. Plenty of total mixed ration just now. And these guys will probably need some barley later on today. Oh, they won't need it today, but I'll fill it up anyway so we don't have to worry about it so much. Other than that, we've got to wait until March for our soybeans, wherever they are. April, till we can plant soybeans. We did get both grass fields fertilised, however they are now at the first stage of fertilising today. So we need to wait, we need to wait until tomorrow. We can't wait until tomorrow because it's going to be, I think it's snowing. Oh, that's convenient, save just now. Yeah, December, it's snowing tomorrow, January and February. So we may get the grass lifted later on in February, if not it's going to have to be March. And then April is when we have to go and get soybeans into that field. Right, we are going to go and get this load of firewood over, and whatever's sitting over there, and however much we've produced as well there. Should give us a decent chunk of money, and we can also repair, we do need to repair something. I think it's the trailer. Next load of potatoes we take down, we'll come back past the shop and get that trailer repaired. We need to fuel up the fast track as well. Oh yeah, there's still plenty of TMR in there. Right, that's our job when we get back. We're going to sell all the firewood we've got just now. That train's coming as well. Don't get stuck. Right, we're going to take over all the firewood, get it sold, see how much money we've got, take another load of potatoes down, repair that trailer. Then we need to come back and get some fish food as well. In fact, we could do that on the return from this. We'll go and get some fish food. Or the second load, should I say, so we know how much we've actually got. Right, we'll see how much this makes us, and we'll see you down at the shop in just a minute. Here we go with the second load. There's not as much this time, but we should get a decent bit from it. 21,825, so £52,008 in the bank now. Let's go and make a purchase of some fish food. In fact, we could do it now. I was checking the sale out. There's a quad, but we don't really need a quad just now. Where are we? Feed. It's not going to be long until we can actually buy, we can make our own feed. So I'm only going to get 8 of them just now at 16,000 litres, £20,800. Right, let's go and pick that up from the shop. I don't think this trailer needs repaired, so we'll just pick this feed up back to the shop. We'll grab another load. There's no more... I'm just trying to think just now, actually. Let's have a quick look. We need to check the firewood because it must be almost finished. No. Yeah, we wouldn't even have waited for another one there. And onions is fine just now. Right, let's go and grab the fish food, put it into the breeding facility. Then we'll take another couple loads of potatoes down. Then we'll go down, pick up the potato soup we've got, and we'll take that straight to sale. So we'll see you in just a second, see how much we get for that. Well, here we go. Let's see how much 64,000 litres of potatoes, of packed onions gets us. £81,797. A great demand at Logistics Centre West. I wonder if that is for packed onions. Let's just double check that. It's not showing up here. Was it Logistics Centre West? It's not for that. It could be for potato soup. Nope, it's not taken there. I'm not sure what that's for the great demand then. Not sure about that one. Right, we'll head back, grab another load of onions, and we'll take it back here, get that sold, and then we'll probably jump into tomorrow. I'll have to stop the firewood production at some point as well because it's getting low. But we'll keep an eye on that and stop it when it gets close to zero, maybe like 100 or so litres left. We'll jump into tomorrow after we've sold this next load of onions. Where was I going with that steering? Sorry. Right, we'll go and get this onion sold, jump into tomorrow, stop the firewood production at some point very soon, and we'll see you in the morning to see what we're going to be selling, because it is the month apparently to sell most of our stuff, and we'll see how much we'll make tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Well, here we go with the last, or well, what has been produced, or the last of what has been produced of the packed onions. We need to try and do this in one sale. It's 46,000 litres. There is still more being produced, but obviously this is all we have at the moment. £58,823. That's fantastic. So right now I think we are going to jump into December. Let's just have a look for, what was it doing? Firewood processor. Yeah, so there's a little bit left there. The wood beams will probably still be produced into tomorrow. We can bring that up to the castle. They've still got plenty. Doesn't say what it is, how much we've got there. Plenty of fish food because that was dropped off. They are still good, and that is still topped up. Hey, where are we? What was I looking for there? Wood beams, that's the one. Yeah, so we've got 2,200 litres there, so 2 pallets worth. Just under £20,000 for that. So yeah, I think tomorrow, we could jump into tomorrow. Probably give them a bit more. In fact, no, because we need to watch this total. Because we had the hay mess up with the bale that got swallowed by the pen. So yeah, they're okay for TMR just now. Tomorrow, we're going to be 1 month away. So in January, we get to sell 15 Angry cows at 36 months. It should be £3,500 per cow. Obviously minus transport costs. They are okay for water. Surprisingly, they haven't drank much water. And TMR is good. We obviously topped up them with the grain, so they're fine as well. We should start to get eggs in 2 months as well. So around January, maybe February, we'll start to get eggs from that chickens. And in February as well, I think they reproduce. So not only are we going to have eggs starting in February, we're also going to have another 200 chicks as well. I'm pretty sure it's 6 months that they start at, but we'll find out when that time comes. Right, let's jump into tomorrow. Well, that's us now moved into December, and no snow yet. But we have got what we've produced in packed onions, 26,000 litres. Their price is coming down, that's why I'm selling all of these just now. So now £32,784. There is potato soup to sell, however, that's also coming here to the warehouse. But the price is still going up. So we're going to keep an eye on that over the next few hours. It's probably going to be worthwhile just waiting. It's going up slowly, so I think it's kind of reaching its peak now. But we'll find out fairly soon. Then we'll be getting all that potato soup that we've got, or what has been made so far, and then we're going to get that sold here at the warehouse. The firewood still isn't at the best price yet, and obviously the onions are slowly coming down, but we're still working through the onions we've got, so we're probably going to be selling onions for a bit of a loss soon. Well, by next month anyway, because we've still got some in storage, and we've filled it up. I think we need to fill it up again a little bit, but there's still plenty of onions left over at the moment. So we're probably not going to make the maximum, because we've just passed it. As I said, the price is coming down now, so I think we've missed peak for onions, but the peak is still to arrive for potato soup, and that is where the money is going to be, I think. We have a good bit in storage, so that's the main thing. We did have to tip out what we had of barley into this shed here. I've been driving everywhere, as you can see. So the barley is in the middle there. That was left in the trailer because we had to fill it with onions overnight so we didn't run out. And we need to feed the cows this morning. And actually we need to feed the Highland cows as well because they need a bit of feed. Right, let's have a check now we're back here. Firewood is still a couple thousand off, but we've stopped the production, so we could sell all the firewood now, go and grab potatoes. It says Goldcrest Valley, but I don't want to deal with the trains in this map because they're a bit of a pain. So potato soup, where's Goldcrest Valley is 3,835. This one's 3,820 and still coming up at the warehouse. So we're going to hold off until this kind of evens out, or the up arrow stops, and we're going to try and sell all of the potato soup we've got then. Other than that, there's really nothing to do for today apart from sell that stuff, the firewood, the potatoes, any other onions that come through. Give these guys another full mix, a total mixed ration. Fill up some straw. These guys, I'm going to make a mixed ration as well and add it to these guys because they are going through a little bit quicker now because they're a bit older. And these guys I filled up completely yesterday, and so far they've eaten a bit of a chunk there, so they're probably going to ramp up with their food there. And at the moment we have 52,000 litres of barley. We've still got 83,000 litres of onions, so we are getting through it, and still 120,000 litres of potatoes, so there's still a good bit to go. Barley isn't going to be ready until June, but what we can do today, we've got 192,000 in the bank. While we're waiting for that potatoes amount to climb up, we're going to hold off on the firewood right now, because when we take that over, it's not far to go to the potato factory. What we need to do now is we need to place down where our grain mill, our small grain mill and the oil plant is going to be. So I'm going to go and do that, see where we're going to place it, and probably we could take wood beam pallets up as well, because that can't be far off from being finished. Yeah, 400, right, let's stop that now in case we forget it later on. So we've got 2 full pallets there. No, we've got 3 full pallets, right, and that's going to the windmill. So at least when we go to the windmill, we can see what we need to do that, because, in fact, we'll do it now because it's at a higher price. It's £3,000 more. So we're going to get the wood beams loaded up, go to the windmill, and see what's needed for that production, because I think we need to build it, but I'm not sure. Just noticed that sign there. I think the windmill's up here. I wonder if that is meant to be somewhere up in the Highlands. I recognise the name. If you know the area, I think you'll know exactly where it is. I've been trying to picture where this map is. Obviously, it's very small and condensed compared to what it would be in real life, i.e. time-wise, to get from the ocean, where we've got our salmon fishery, to this place here. There's 2 places it could be that have very similar names. One of them I can't say because the first part of the word will flag up with YouTube and will potentially get the video taken down. If you know, you know. And the second one could be Carbridge, but I don't think it's that one. I think it's the other one that I cannot say. But if you know, it's the same amount of letters. If you know, you know. But that's where I think that is, and that is not really the same as that village, but this road coming up here looks very, very like it in real life. That bend there with the trees as a climb up the hill. It is very, very much like the place in real life. Again, I'm not going to say where it is. You can research it if you want. It is close to a place called the Lecht, which sits at 20,090 feet from sea level. If you want to search that, there is a road at the eastern side of the Lecht. If you go into the map view, you can see the road name there at the bottom of where it starts to climb up towards the Lecht. However, have a giggle to yourself if you will. But that's where I think that sign is. But we're here at the windmill. It doesn't actually show. It took us a minute to try and figure it out. If we go into the maps here, it doesn't show us a sell point like this one for the sawmill or here for the stonemason. There's nothing there. So I figured it was here gauging by where it was in relation to our farm when we looked around in the map like this to figure out where this icon was showing. So this is where I assumed it was. And we've come across quite a funny little sign there, so it's kind of worked in our favour. But it does need to be built, so let's see if we unstrap this, 3,000 litres of wood beams, and it doesn't take it. Right, is that why it doesn't show up as a sell point? Okay. I don't know what to do here with this one. Ownership required farmland 60, which is where we are. Please acquire the ownership of that plot to continue construction from the Kinlaig County Council and Kinlaig Building something Standards Board, I think. Well, I think we do need to purchase that to do that. Let's see how much this is going to cost. I'm probably not going to do it. There is other places that take this, so it's not really 457,000. Wow. But it covers a massive area. We could, in saying it now, we've spent money to get the yarder. It would make no sense to do some forestry work up here. However, there's a sawmill right there for future. So it may be doable. Right, that didn't work to plan. It said windmill and it accepts it. Maximum price 8,700. Yeah, that's... Right, well, so we need to go find wood beams. I think Castle's going to be the only place to take wood beams, isn't it? Let's find here. We're almost at the best price as well. We're at 9,100. So Castle, 9,300, there we go. And here is 9,600 for the windmill. Right, Castle it is then. That is going to be what we're going to do with this. Better strap this down again before we get it all to fall off the trailer. That wasn't where I strapped it there. That's better. Right, we're going to head over to the castle, get this finally sold for about 30, maybe 31,000. Go back past the brilliantly named village. Get this sold, then probably skip forward a little bit of time just so we can get the potato soup up in value a bit, and then see you there for how much we get to sell for. I'm imagining we're going to get it all on one load if we double stack it. Obviously it's too far away to take the telehandler as well, so we're just going to use the auto load for this trailer. If it double stacks it, great. If it doesn't, then it means 2 trips, maybe more. However, let's go over, get this sold at the castle, and we'll fast forward time. We'll see you in a bit with the potato soup hopefully loaded up, and see how much we get for it to see if it was worthwhile doing. Especially if renting the machine wasn't too bad. It was about £10,000. Then the rental of the production was 700 and I'm going to say £800 a day for easiness, and that's, I believe this is day 3 of renting it. I can't remember. Anyway, let's go and get that done. Well, here we are, 3 pallets of wood beams finally at the castle. It's hard to see that, £28,153. Right, let's go and skip forward time just a little bit, and we'll see you in a minute. Well, that's us up here with the last of the firewood. We'll see how much, that's the wrong, the wrong pedal. We'll see how much this sells for. So £13,918. And we're just about to actually skip forward time, but decided not to because the green arrow has stopped climbing, which means the price has now reached its maximum for the potato soup at the warehouse. So that's where we're away to go now, if I can keep myself on the track. So it's just across there, the other side of the river from where that bus is, kind of on the way back to, we passed it on the way up to the castle actually. So we'll see how much we get from there, take it straight to the warehouse and get it sold. So let's go and get that done. Well, that's us here with 22,000 litres of potato soup. We'll just try and get this in one sale. £84,216. That's fantastic. So we're now back up to £246,446. The number did drop a little bit, and I forgot to mention it in the last clip. We actually bought the grain mill and the oil mill as well for the farm. So they're just a small version, so they're not going to produce a major amount. As you can see, 20 litres of canola in gets you 10 litres of canola oil out. And it's only 48 times per month, so it's still not too bad. That should generate around, I'm thinking that's 480 litres now, isn't it? I thought it was 4,000. And this will be the same. Yeah, 48 cycles per month. I don't know, we might be okay with that for a bit. I'd maybe need to start producing barley now. I think we could load some barley in now and then see what it's like tomorrow. We'll put maybe 10,000 or so litres in and we'll see, because that should leave us enough. I'd say that 46,000 litres left, and we've still got to wait until June. So we've got 2 months. What's the time now? We're midday, so 6 months, 5 months at least, not including the start of June and today. But yeah, we might get away with that actually. Right, we'll give it a shot. We'll put maybe 5,000 litres of barley in, started producing flour so that we kind of have, I'm pretty sure it was flour we needed for the, let's double check before we go and do this and we can't undo it. Fish food factory. It is flour, yes. Flour, then we've got soybeans, which are going to go in soon. Canola's already in, but it takes 12 litres compared to the 50 of flour and soybeans. That's why we've got the little field of canola. Right, I think we'll start producing flour now, if that's going to take a minute to catch up. It's the same as canola oil. And then soybeans is just, as it's cut off the field, take the soybeans in. But I think we're going to rent this to save money, because I would rather put the money, instead of going into this, I'd rather go into the stonemason or the quarry, I believe it is. The quarry first, isn't it? That's big stones to castle, yeah. So you get the quarry first, supply it with water. We already have the little bowser for what we're using for the Highland cows. So we've got enough for that. I don't think we can purchase it right now. I don't think, oh, in saying that, once you buy the production points, I don't think you can sell them. So I think it's maybe going to be worthwhile buying the fish food production, because we'll need that every month of the year, and rent the quarry, and then rent the mason as well. I think that's going to be better, because the castle's not a thing we're going to be doing forever. Okay, it might take a couple of years to get through everything and get what we need, but I don't think it's worth spending the money outright on that 2 productions. I think we could rent them. I think that's what we're going to go and do. Right, let's jump forward, see if we can actually rent this. We'll jump in the pickup, we'll make sure the water trailer's full on the way over, because there is a river on the way, and then kind of fill that production up to what we can get it to. Then when we come back with some water, we'll put it into the Highland cow's pen, because I know that they have taken a bit of water. It's not much, but there isn't any more. Let's just turn the beacons off and the engine off. There isn't any more things we can kind of sell just now. We're still waiting. Potato soup, there's only 400 litres. Onions, there's only 4,000 litres. It's only worth 5,000. So we need to skip forward time ideally. But I think we should make a start. The Angus cows, I keep saying Angus cows. It's not just Angus cows we've got. They still need a TMR mix. We need to get some straw into them. And with them, they haven't used much water actually, and they need that TMR mix as well. But I think to start would be as well end this year by getting something. And I think it should be that stonemason. We're not going to get both productions yet. Oh, that was very quick. Yeah, we won't get both of them yet. We'll get some big stones ready and produced from the quarry first. Then, depending how much we get next month, which should still be in this episode, we've got 50 litres of water. That was why we bought the bigger trailer. Right, let's head over there. We'll try and rent this, see how much it costs, and we'll see you there with a full trailer. There's also a lot of manure. And saying that, I've completely forgot about something. We have 60,000 litres of manure, and in this sale, not long ago, we bought a manure spreader. And it's still down at the store. We've not been in past empty with a tractor to pick it up yet, so that's something else we need to put on the list to do. We'll maybe get that back today as well. Right, let's head over there. We'll grab some water on the way, and we will see how much this is going to cost us to rent per month, and see if we can start getting producing stuff for this castle. Right, I believe this is the first one, the quarry. Yes, let's just double check, make sure we are in the right one. The quarry needs water into big stones, and the stonemason takes big stones to castle stones. And I'm assuming that's for the castle too, for roof shingles. So it's definitely the quarry, and that's where we are just now. So let's purchase, or say purchase, let's rent. How much is it to buy it? 235,000. We have enough, but what's leasing it? £643 per day. There's no way we're going to be leasing it for long enough that it's going to cost us, I would hope it wouldn't cost us 230,000. Right, £643 a day. Let's lease that. Right, I did a quick calculation there as well. It's 357 months it's going to take us renting this to even get to, there we go, to even get to that 230,000. So fingers crossed we don't still have to do this in another 357 months, otherwise it would have been worthwhile buying it. But I don't think that's going to be even close. Right, now that's the water in. We've got this leased, big stones. Let's activate this. I'm going to leave it as storing because we don't have the other one, and I'm not going to bother with it yet. Although in saying that, it's going to go through 360 litres of water per month, which really isn't much considering we put 5,000 litres in. And 360 times 25 for big stones. That's quite a big output actually. And here we've got 53, so it's double. This needs double what that makes. Right, okay. Right, I think jump into tomorrow. Or we could move into later today, I think. What is this for? What's that tip point for? That's got to be on the map, surely. It is. A stone selling station. That must be field stones, not the big stones we're going to be making. Right, let's head back to the farm. I'll probably skip forward a bit of time, see if we can get some potato soup, or there's none ready yet. Get some more potato soup, or packaged onions, whatever's ready. Maybe sell them, or just kind of wait until it's all finished up. Jump into next month, start of the new year, and try and sell what we've got there, because the onions I don't think should be too far from being finished. Maybe another, I'm gonna say maybe 2 months. So we are gonna make a loss on the onions now because it's past the best price, but that's what it is. So let's skip forward time, so we'll either see you in a few hours or we'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, we have skipped forward a bit of time now. It's 9:30 at night. We've just picked up 2 lots or 16 pallets of fish food. It was about 41,600 pounds, I think, for that in total. 20,800 per set of 8. So we bought 2 because it is running low, and if we jump through the night, I don't know how low it's actually going to get. I was focusing on the TMR, the onions, the potatoes, and what we put in with barley into the grain mill, to see how much they would use within the hour, to try to roughly work out what time we need to wake up in the morning to get back before the production runs dry, and it still charges us money for it. So that was what we're doing, but this should take all of this fish feed, all the Christmas lights up on the houses. Still looks fantastic. I did notice there was a couple of Halloween decorations up at the end of, I think it was October, but never really got that in the video, I don't think. But yeah, it looks fantastic in the winter time. I just hope the snow lies this year, because I don't think it lay last year. It was there for maybe an hour, and then by the time I got the next clip recorded, it disappeared. So I'm not sure, but yeah, a little bit left. Right, we'll leave that on. I'm just trying to think, do we need this trailer for anything right now? Because if we can get away with it, we'll leave that trailer there. I know I need to take... No, we worked that out. That's got enough. We can deal with that tomorrow. That's fine. The grain mill's going to be fine. It is producing. We've got 113 litres of flour already. They've just been topped up and they're still fine. So I think we could actually get away with selling young salmon. We're going to have to at some point, because there's only 10,000 litres of storage left. So probably have to sell some of them tomorrow. Onions, there is 24,000 pounds worth, but I think we'll wait till tomorrow and just take as much as we can over, get rid of that. Potato soup, there's only almost 5,000 litres, but it is climbing up. Oh no, it's at the best, that's Goldcrest Valley. The best price is in March, so we could kind of hold out for potato soup a little bit, but not too much. Oh, there's already 3,200 litres of big stones already. Oh, fantastic. Well, we can't get the other production just yet. I'm going to wait until we've got maybe 20,000 litres. And in saying that, for big stones, this trailer, not really ideal. That big stones, I would imagine, are going to be quite heavy. So I don't think it's going to be suitable for this trailer. We're going to have to buy one. It's a good job we didn't spend the money buying the production. So we're going to have to find a trailer that's suitable for that, some sort of heavy duty trailer. I'm not sure if there's one for tractors or if we're going to need a truck to pull it, because it is going to be quite a weight, especially if it's going up hills, or, well, it's going to go to the castle, so at some point it's going to have to go up a hill. We're going to have to look into that. I never thought of that until just now. That's something we're going to have to look into. But yeah, we'll unload this in here and we'll just get some sleep. Hopefully wake up tomorrow when there's a little bit of snow, but not too much, because it's going to be quite inconvenient. In fact, I'll tell you what we will do. We could just leave this parked in here, saves unloading this. First thing in the morning we'll go down, tip what we have here. That'll do, I don't want to go too far back. Yeah, we're going to go and get some sleep, and we will see you in the morning, or some point tomorrow. Hopefully we've got a little bit of snow, and we can sell the rest of the onions, and hopefully some potatoes as well. But let's jump into tomorrow. Well, it's now January, and it is still snowing, but nothing has lay overnight, which is not ideal. But we do have something to do. We have 15 of the Angus cows to sell, as they are up to the age now, 36 months. This is the highest price we'll get. When we sell them, I think tomorrow we're going to get another 15 baby cows as well, calves. I would imagine from either this one here or this one here, I'm not sure. We also have started getting eggs. We've got 375 litres of eggs, and the grain is slowly depleting, but I think we should manage to make it with what we've got and still produce a bit of flour. But we're going to be conservative putting the flour in, or not putting the flour in, putting the barley into the mill. It's not used much, so I'm going to see how much we're actually going to get from it if we need to top it up again. But we've only got 650 litres so far, so this does take quite a while. Yeah, so it's a good job we started now. But for today, what we do need to do is we need to sell the packed onions that we have already and the potato soup. That's going to bring us in a decent chunk of money. There is still more onions. We've still got 46,000 litres left of onions. I don't think it'll take too long to get through them, to be honest. Another maybe 2 months, and I think we should be finished up with onions again. Fingers crossed. This one we'll need to top up with some potatoes, but we'll do that later on today because there's still plenty. That still hasn't really used much water at all, and we've already got 7,500 litres of big stone, so that's good as well. But first up, we need to go and sell 15 of our Angus cows. Here, 36 months, £3,500, so let's get 15 sold. So it's a £1,500 transport fee because we don't have a trailer, and it's not worth getting it for the amount of animals we've got. So we're going to get £51,000. That's fantastic. So let's sell the ones at 36 months, 15 Angus cows, £51,000. Fantastic. As I said, later on today, there should be another 15. Maybe later on today, it might be when we cross over midnight into February. We should have another 15 cows as well added to the barn, or 15 calves, should I say. That will bring us back up to what we are, but we do have almost 80,000 litres of manure. So I think we've still got to do fertilising somewhere. We do. So either the canola or the barley, probably the barley field, to be honest. We're going to use the manure to fertilise that, but I don't know how much it's going to take to finish it. So I may do field 13 first because it's going for food for animals and not human consumption, so I think we're going to get away with it. Other than that, I think it's just a case of sell potato soup and packed onions. So we're going to go and do that and then end the episode there, because I think the episode is dragging out a little too long for what I would like. I like to keep the episodes nice and short. However, we've accomplished quite a bit in this one. We do need this trailer, so what I'm going to go and do is drop the fish food off first. And then we'll go and load up onions, load up the potato soup, take it to sell, and then think we'll end the episode there because there's nothing really else for us to do. There's no major purchase. I did take a quick look at trucks and I wanted a Scania because it's Scotland and there's a lot of that trucks up here. But the only ones I could find was Dutch styling, left-hand drive. I need to take a look into the actual mod hub. I'm all over the place with driving because that was on kingmods I was looking at. So it was all left-hand drives, Dutch styling. Not really, you would see them up here, but not so much left-hand drive. So I still need to look into a truck potentially, or we could just set it to distributing. That was my other thought. That's going to save us. The Scania I was looking at was 100 and really one pallet. I wonder if we can just make it fall off. Would that be? No. Let's not try and do that then. Right, let's go back up to the yard. Right, we're going to get this potatoes, onions loaded up, take it to sell, see how much we'll make, and we'll see you in a little bit to end the episode. Well, here we go, down at the warehouse. We've got 40,000 litres of onions and 10,000 litres of potato soup. See what this does to the bank balance. That was £85,753, which means we're ending the episode with £329,205. That is fantastic. I don't think there is anything that we do actually need to buy. We were going to save some of this money to pay off some of the hire purchase contracts, or to get the grain mill and the oil mill, but we've got them in slightly cheaper with what we've made in profit already, so we don't need to buy that. So we could potentially save this money and keep it for the fish food factory when we come to harvest soybeans, canola, and kind of get ready to get the factory underway. So once that's ready, I think we'll save this money for that, and then when we sell the salmon, all the profit from the salmon can go straight into paying off any of the hire purchase agreements. I think that's going to be good. Then we're not going to be completely debt free, but it's going to be pretty close. So I think by kind of middle of next year, when we sell the salmon again, I think we could be very close to debt free and potentially having another field, because we are still looking at one of those fields kind of behind us, somewhere over there beside that house. We are looking at one of them, but I think we'll leave the episode there. We did get that, we did get 15 Angus cows sold, so that is a slight bonus. Let's stop that there. But there isn't anything really else to do, and it's not the best of weather. The grass fields are still, I think they're at stage 3 or 4, so we can't really do anything until, I presume, March, until it kind of warms up again. And then they go into the next stage, because this was at 3 or 4 yesterday. Yep, still stage 3 or 4 today. So we still need to wait until probably March, maybe April. This has 46,000 litres left, and we'll probably need to top this up later on today. 22,000 litres, yeah. Maybe top that up later on today. But other than that, quite a good episode. We've managed to get the quarry, even though it is leased, to start producing big stones. We have the new grain mill there, the oil mill, and we sold Angus cows, and we've also started to get eggs from the chickens as well. And I believe next month, yeah, it must be next month, we're going to get 200 more chickens as well, and we'll get 15, I would imagine that Limousin cows, we'll get 15 of them, because that's the older ones compared to the 24-month-old Angus cows. I'm not sure when these guys reproduce, older than 18 months, which I think is the same as this, yeah. So that's probably going to be another 10, maybe 14 months away from these guys reproducing. But I think we'll leave the episode there. The next things to do will be to soybeans. Yeah, soybeans in April, then in April again, or March, we'll get the grass cut, baled up and ready, the fields turned round. I don't think, we could potentially put soybeans into one of the grass fields. Could put soybeans into field 17 and 12. That's maybe a bit much actually, I'm thinking about it. We could potentially do barley's too late, because barley's September. I think it's going to have to be soybeans. But soybeans into 12 and 16 once the grass is lifted. Field 17 I think we're going to leave for barley in September, because we always need a barley crop growing, especially if we're doing the flour production and we have the chickens as well. But that is for the next episode, we'll see about that. We'll leave this one here. Accomplished quite a lot, so it's been good. We still need to try and think of a pressure washer somewhere, because the combine and header's filthy, and so is the Valtra, that trailer, a couple other bits of equipment as well. And we'll probably, hopefully, get the John Deere, the telehandler, we'll get that repaired at some point soon, because it is still needing repaired very badly. But we'll leave this episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again for the next one. Thanks for watching.